Arana Monos has gone mad as the Gorm devour them.
Tendrils itself!
There you guys hear me? Yo, what up, boys? We have sound? Yeah, I hope so. I think so. Yeah, it should be fine. Okay, how many more do I need to do? I need one more. It's gonna take forever. That's probably the fastest one. Oh, I get more supply bag. Let me go do that. What the hell is this? Oh, wow. Free anima. Did you see New World update on Twitter? No, I haven't. I might look at some stuff later on today for videos. I don't really know if I will or not. Did you do Mage Tower yet? No, I haven't. I'm saving it for mainstream whenever I play WoW again on mainstream. I'll do it then. I'll just do all of them. I thought you quit WoW? I did until I started playing it again. Okay. Yeah, so I quit until I turned on the game again. More like dog shit world. Yeah, true. True. With New World, I mean, like, I'm just waiting for the update. I logged on to New World earlier today, but I didn't really do a whole lot on the game. Like, maybe I can log on later if I feel like it. But she's not even that hot. There's no way she could seduce me. What a fake mechanic. How you doing? I'm alright, man. I'm just hanging out. Oh, really? I mean, Ashara is not that hot. Like, she only got hot whenever she started getting the tentacles. Like, pre-tentacle Ashara is just a basic bitch Night Elf thought. Let's be honest. One game Andes are in despair. Yeah, it's disappointing, I'm sure. Why can't I hear combat audio? Because I'm sick of hearing these fucking NPCs talk the entire time, every single time I fly over one of them. That's why. She's the hottest night elf in lore. I feel like Sylvanas, well no, I guess Sylvanas is not a night elf, so yeah, never mind on that one. Okay. Just I will do the one thing that I've always enjoyed in this game and probably will always enjoy in this game, and that is running around, aggroing a bunch of NPCs and AoEing them all down at the same time. Not a lot. Some of them reset, but some of them didn't. That's 4. AoE cap? They got rid of the AoE cap, man. It's been gone for a long time. Do they further notice your damage AoE cap? No, I think it's fine now. Like, I don't think the AoE cap was good at all. I thought it was trash. Like, I said this before. I always thought AoE cap was stupid. The cinematic, yeah, I watched the Sylvanas cinematic. I watched it the day it came out. Basically, it was really, it was bad. It was bad. That's it. Yeah, I mean, that's about it. It was bad. Nothing else really to say about besides that. AoE cap's trash. They didn't want to develop around it, to be honest. I think it's an example of like the customer's always right, where it's like it doesn't really matter like what Blizzard's grand design of the game is, right? What their, you know, master, oh, this is what we're gonna fucking do, and we're gonna make the game, and it's gonna have this really cool thing, and you can only kill so many mobs, and it's gonna make dungeons so much more interesting, and all this like stupid ideas that don't make any sense. And turns out that Classic WoW happened 15 years ago, and some people don't want to go back in time. But to be honest, it sucked back then. I remember like you do a big I mean, you guys remember this, right? You do like a big AoE pull in like TBC or Wrath, like especially Wrath, like those ICC AoE pulls, and like you can't hit every mob. Ah, it was such garbage. I hated that. Did you watch Taliesin breakdown of cinematic? No, I didn't. What's his opinion on it? Fan service is what sells nowadays. I mean, a lot of the stuff they've been doing with the lore recently is fan disservice, though. That's the problem. Did he actually quit Final Fantasy 14? Well, I mean, if I wasn't like, I would be playing it right now if I didn't quit, right? Like, why would I possibly be playing another game? What other answer could there possibly be? Fan service always sells. Yeah, I know. I'm familiar with Star Wars. Yeah, you can only play one game in your whole life. You quit solitaire? I always hated solitaire. Just quit Fall Guys? I was actually watching Mizkif play Fall Guys today. It's crazy how, like, Fall Guys was, like, so popular for, like, a really short period of time, and I feel like the game... The problem with Fall Guys is it was, like... Fall Guys was, like, the most fun Mario Party minigame, and you only had to play the minigame, so it was, like, super fun for a while, but then people just kind of got bored of it because it was just the same thing over and over. I think that's kind of what happened. I have to go to Bastion too. Fuck ass. Alright, let's go over there. Watching your Dark Souls streams on YouTube are too good. It's funny you say that. I actually was talking to Cody. Cody recently went through all of Berserk, and I was telling him he should play Dark Souls. And I showed him Taurus Demon, and I was like, does this remind you of anybody? He's like, wait, what? And I was like, you know, Nosferatu Zod, you know? And he was just like, oh, fuck. And he thought it was really cool. Every game becomes just the same thing over and over after a while. Yeah, but I mean, like, you can't say that there's not a sliding scale of that, right? I mean, of course, like, things do become the same game after a while, over and over. You're right about that. But I mean, there's got to be some nuance inside of that. Where do you read Berserk? The books are mad expensive. I don't know. I watched all the anime for it. What do you think about the ESO? Just curious. The game didn't really appeal to me. That's about it. Are they finishing the manga? I feel like no one really knows. I said this before, I think that if the editors feel comfortable and they feel confident, that they should try to finish it. If they don't feel comfortable and confident, then they shouldn't. That's it. Cody's Ray got canceled today, big Sag. Yeah, I know, I saw it. Him and Zach were over today for a few hours, and so we were talking about that. What's your opinion on the metaverse? Opinion on the metaverse. Let me think. Should read manga or anime? I don't really like reading. It just takes too much time. I'd rather watch the show. Facebook equals metaverse? Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the idea. I feel like the metaverse, a lot of what I hear about metaverse is usually, it's like a cart before the horse situation where companies are selling the metaverse as something that people want, but I don't think people really want the metaverse. I think companies just want to sell people the metaverse rather than people actually intrinsically wanting or having interest in it. So I don't think it's really ever going to pick up speed until like VR is much more integrated into everyday life. I think once you have like, you know, like the equivalent of something like Sword Art Online, then yeah, you can have a real conversation about, you know, a metaverse. But until something like that happens, I don't really see people taking it seriously or caring about it. Do you watch Marvel movies? Yeah, I've seen almost every single one. I think a lot of them are really good. I haven't seen Eternals though. I heard it was bad. The thing with Eternals is that the way that I decided that it was bad is the fact that they said that they couldn't intervene in, what do you call it? In conflicts in Earth. Like, that's why they let Thanos do what he did, because like Thanos wasn't a deviant, but he literally has the deviant gene, and that's why he's purple. And I was like, okay, this is gonna be a bad movie because they don't even respect the source material at all. You see what I'm saying? Like, it was just stupid. So I didn't take it seriously at all. Happy with Endgame as a finale, no interest now? Well, the truth is that a lot of the people that like the, okay, how do I do this with two other players? Okay, can I get two other people to come over here? Yeah, if there's anybody else who wants to come over here and do this. Need one more person. You need 2 people with you. Yeah, I know. That's why I said 2 people. So yeah, anyway, I feel like the first Avengers, like I feel like every single person in the Avengers was like expertly cast. Like there's no person in the Avengers that wasn't absolutely perfect for their role. And I can't really say the same. It's a Star-Lord. I feel like, yeah, I think Chris Pratt, I mean, I think, you know, Mario, I guess guy can play anything, okay? Iron Man? Iron Man was the best casting choice probably out of all of them. Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man was flawless. Captain Marvel. See, like, I don't know anything about Captain Marvel, so, like, actually, you're right. Like, I can't really speak to that. I never read the Captain Marvel comics or anything. I didn't care about it. Eternals is just helping set up further cosmic storylines? Yeah, I think so. I just feel like once you get to a certain level of, like, power, it starts to lose its connection with the audience. And I think that's really what, that's really what's going to happen if they go with like the Eternal saga and everything. Because like, for example, like you look at Thor, like Thor is like, you know, it's like super mega high fantasy superhero, but like really what is it at the core? It's like 2 sons that, you know, they don't really, they're trying to like fight for their father's favor, and you know, then their father dies, and then they're trying to cope with that and deal with that. And then also their mom too in the previous movie. So like it's a very high fantasy setting, but the story itself is it's very human. It's very personal. Whereas like the story for Galactus or someone like that is just never going to be as personal as Thanos' story. It's just not. Did you watch the What If animated series? I saw a lot of the, what do you call it? The clips of it on YouTube, but I didn't watch it myself. Stakes too high, like the entire universe? Yeah, I think so. Okay, let's do it. You've got to click on it. Get in the circle and then click on the bell. We've got to be 60. Okay. We just need one more person then. They wouldn't have to make Galactus humane. They'd just have to do that with his herald. Yeah, I guess, but I think they did the Silver Surfer really well in the last Fantastic Four movie. Yeah, I think that's about as good as it's gonna get. Is the movie like 20 minutes? Yeah, I know. I mean, it's not really the big part of the movie, but it's there. Don't think you can do this in a raid? I don't think it'll matter, actually. Any advice for building a big-ass following quick? You're not going to, so just don't worry about it. It's not that it's not that you'll never be successful, but it's like how to build a big ass following quick. I mean, I don't know, that just sounds like a YouTube fucking clickbait thing. If it was that easy, don't you think everybody would do it? You can definitely tell personal stories and have a storyline be on a grander scale. You can, but like once you get to characters like Galactus, like so like Galactus, the storyline with Galactus, he lived on a planet called like Ta-2 or something like that. I forgot his original name, and he existed before the Big Bang, and he was the only person on his whole like planet and his whole civilization that realized that the Big Bang was going to happen and like society, like the world was going to be unmade. And so he put himself inside of a capsule, basically, and then the transition from like the previous universe to the new universe, current universe, caused him to become Galactus. And yeah, he also is bald. Yeah, Galactus is bald. That's where, where's the hat? Where the fuck? Oh, there we go. Galactus from a different universe. He was like Noah-like figure. Yeah, I think so. Gallon. Yeah, Gallon. There you go. Okay, kill these guys. Good job, boys. We almost died there. Do you think Sylvanas needed an Afterlives level cinematic to properly redeem her and tell the story? No, I think that the story is bad. That's all there is to it. I think it's a bad story. It's like Superman. It doesn't matter how you tell the story of Superman, it's always going to be bad. Because it's just like the source material is just bad. It doesn't matter if you have a great actor or not. It's just it's a boring, bad story. Superman turning evil is good though. I feel like it's cliche. Got their leader now. Hold on for just a bit longer. Okay, here we go. But yeah, anyway. What was I really trying to get at with like saying that? Oh yeah, the Sylvanas story. I think that it's fundamentally bad. Like I was reading some stuff about like apparently Blizzard put out a new like a book talking about the different like it was like kind of like a chronicle book. And it was so bad, people thought it was people think it's racist. And like, to be honest with you, oh fuck, I had to get that offhand. Oh, that'd be good if I got that offhand. It's not, stop. I mean, it's not actively racist. I'm trying to think of like the best way to explain it, because it's not like whenever you say something's like racist, right? I mean, that kind of means one thing. I think it just uses cringy tropes more than anything. Like I didn't really look into it a whole lot, but like from what I've seen, that's what it seemed like to me. And I think also it uses racist tropes. The problem is like if you go throughout history, you can probably find every single action that's in some way or another a racist trope. So it's really kind of hard to it's hard for me to just get behind that entirely. But I think that what everybody can get behind is the fact that it sucks. Like it doesn't like take the racism part off the table, pretend that that never happened, it still sucks. It's like the trolls can't read, like, it's just, get the fuck out of it, it's just so bad. The dark portal was used 10,000 years ago. Oh my god. It's like these people don't even play it. It's like they outsourced it or something. It's embarrassing. How the fuck do I get in here? It's not up there. Hassan is still insisting with his racism on Twitter. I don't really care about that anymore, honestly. Like I've already pretty much said what I had to say about it. If another issue comes up about it again, I'll talk about it again, but I've pretty much said all there needs to be, all that needs to be said. Dark Portal was an inside job? Well, it was, actually, when you think about it. I think Lost Ark is going to do well in the West. Bless Online followed a similar model. I really don't know how well Lost Ark is going to go, and that's the truth. I actually don't know if it will go well or not. I can tell you one thing is that, like, the I don't know, it's weird because, like, them delaying Lost Ark, I feel like is a good decision for them to do, but they also delayed New World, and, like, that didn't really do anything. I think it'll be like PoE level of engagement. I think it'll be more like Genshin Impact, something like that. It'll have like that level of community, like a small group of people that are like really invested in the game, and outside of that, it's like not really like super popular, but there's people that have tried it. Okay, both of these are done. Nice. Genshin's huge. Yeah, I know it is. I was thinking about playing Genshin Impact. I'm sure I will eventually. Well, Saga's going to do well. Established, well-polished game. New World's a bad comparison. I don't really think it's a bad comparison because they're both being published by the same developer. Whereas, and the reason why I think that it's explicitly not a bad comparison is that whenever you contrast it with Bless Online, because Bless Online, one of the biggest problems with it was how badly the game was translated. Not translated as in terms of like the gameplay, but I'm talking about in terms of like the words. Like, it was hard to understand what to do in the game because it was translated badly. So I think that Amazon will probably do a good job with it. I hope so. I mean, I'm gonna play it. Even if it's bad, I'm gonna play it. See what it's like, and if it's still bad, I'll stop playing it. Pretty simple to me. Lost Ark doesn't have nearly as much hype as New World did. No, it doesn't. The reason why it doesn't have as much hype is that I think one reason is that I'm not sitting around making 50 videos about it. Like, that's one big reason right there. And on top of that, not a lot of other people are either. Like, I made so many videos about New World, talking about New World constantly. And so did Shroud and a bunch of other people. Whereas I think for Lost Ark, people are just like, they're waiting for the game to come out. They're like, okay, let's see what this is gonna be. So people make MMOs and never played one. I think that a lot of the people that make MMOs don't understand player psychology at all. That's the biggest weakness that MMO developers have, in my opinion, is that they have a fundamental blind spot to player psychology. Like, they don't know how to interpret the way players will respond to things. Okay. Am I gonna get the special toys? You guys ready to find out? Oh shit, there it is. Fuck yeah. I only have one left now. There it is, boys. What's your reaction with Doc announcing his own AAA game studio? Yeah, I heard about Doc releasing his own studio and everything. I might talk about that later on today if I turn on cam and do some video content. I'm not really sure if I will or not, but my general opinion is that being a AAA game studio is really hard. It requires a lot of time and effort. Doc knows that because he used to work in one. So, I want to see what he comes out with. That's about it. Like, yeah, I want to see what he comes out with. It's beneficial for Ashes of Creation that no one's talking about them now. I think actually it is beneficial, because what it's going to cause is it's going to cause people to not think about Ashes of Creation for a long period of time, and it's going to allow them to just simply improve the game. That's it. They're just going to improve the game, and that's really what they need to do. Just slowly improve. Piece of shit game, man. Fuck this. This game sucks so much fucking dick, man. I can't believe this trash. Fucking garbage, dude. Wow. Shit's rigged. Oh, whatever. Who cares? Okay. Which other one do I need to do? Let me see if I can do this one. Nope. Alright. What about this one? Nope. Let's just go with the lowest level one. 37 maybe? Alright. I'll have to use these later on. Not gonna worry about it right now. They really push these Assign Your Army minigames since WoD. I have no problem with the Assign Your Army minigames. Do you remember your first big stream when you hit, let's say, 100 viewers for the first time? You thought you could make something from it? Yeah, I'll talk about the first stream I ever had. Give me a second. Let me just go ahead and get kind of on autopilot for something while I talk about this. Old lore, yeah. What do I need to do? I'll just run some heroics. Okay. So, my first stream ever. I think one time I tried to turn on a stream in like 2011, and I was killing people in like Timeless Isle. I guess it must have not been 2011, it was 2012, 2013. And somebody came into my chat, I guess I had killed them, and they called me the F word, and then I went to 1 viewer, and then I went back down to 0. Well, I think I was at 1 viewer, I went down to 2. And I was like, oh, that was me? Yeah. Sorry for killing you, man. Like 30 times, even though you had the debuff. And then messaging you and telling you that, asking you why you're not giving me coins anymore. Yeah, it was my bad. Music's loud. Yeah, I'll turn it down a little bit. There we go. So anyway, what was I saying before? Right. So I had decided I was finally gonna do like my first Twitch stream, and this was in like 2014 or something like that. Whenever I had first started making YouTube videos, and I posted on like Facebook or something like that. I was like, hey, I'm gonna do a stream tonight, and it's gonna be super fun, and it's gonna be good. So I do the stream, and I remember a lot of people telling me that are like, man, you know, Twitch isn't the same as YouTube. You know, you're not gonna get any viewers. You should be like really happy if you get past 50 viewers. And I'm like, okay, cool. And so I start the stream off, and like 50 viewers was like, you have to remember, like, this is whenever the top stream in the entire Twitch was like 20,000 viewers. Like, if you were a 20K Andy, this was like getting 100K viewers now. 20,000 was a lot. So, anyway, I go and I do top streamers were Soda Poppin', Wreckful, Lyric, and Summit. Ironically, a lot of the same names you hear today. 20K is still a lot. It is still like 20K is still like a stratosphere streamer, right? Like a massive fucking streamer, 20K viewers. But like you can't deny that 20K was even more 10 years ago almost, or 5 years ago almost, right? That's all I'm trying to say. I'm a cutie pie. Yeah, he was huge back then. I remember that. So I turn on the stream, and it's like, you know, 12 o'clock at night. Imagine that. And I remember I'm just like playing a game. I was doing like mount runs. I was running through like old raids, like telling I was doing basically really the same thing I do now. I never really have changed a lot of my stream formula. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that's what I did a lot. And my first stream I ever did, I remember at the end of it, I remember I hit 100 viewers, and it was like, what the fuck? Like, that's 100 viewers. Like, I didn't think it would get that high. I didn't think I'd get that many. So, got me the moose mount. No, the moose mount was later on. And then, wait, I have everything at a Siege of Borderlands? Wait, really? No way. Sorry, I keep distracting myself. I just want to... Wow, I do. Okay, great. I'm not going to do it. Fuck this dungeon. Dungeon sucks anyway. The moose is loose. Yeah, exactly. So my first stream, I hit 100 viewers, and like people were just going crazy because like at this point I had like maybe a couple thousand subscribers on YouTube, and I just kept going. And I remember at the very end of it, I was at like the Dark Moon Fair, and I had over like 250 viewers, and that was my first stream I ever did. And then I think I did like one other stream after that for like some other random reason. Then after I did that stream, I did another one, and this was like to celebrate getting 10 or 20,000 subscribers on YouTube. And I posted about this one again too. I was like, okay, yo, did you have cam on? Yeah, I had cam and everything. It's basically the same stream that you guys see today. Like I've never changed anything. And oh right. So then after that first stream, I forgot to tell this other part of the story. So after the first stream, people tell me check your PayPal, and I'm like, okay. And I saw people had like given me $20, like $10, $5, you know, from like Andre Wilson or from, you know, Billy the Kid. And this guy sent me money, and I'm like, why are people sending me money? Why is this happening? And like, I knew that people would donate, but like, I didn't really think that they would, because it's like, That's stupid. Why would you just give this guy your fucking free money? It's what the fuck? Why would you give him free money? And so anyway, I'm just kind of going with it, and I remember I had Wendy's with my dad the next day, and I told my dad, because like the night before or 2 nights before, I told my dad I was going to do this stream thing, and my dad was like, oh wow, you're going to set aside time to play World of Warcraft. That's so that's so groundbreaking, Zach. I'm so happy for you that you're deciding to do something different and, you know, really kind of diversify your brand. And so I'm like, no, Dad, you don't understand. Dad, it's different. It's not, no, Dad, it's not the same. And so I was trying to explain the whole thing to him. And do I even want to try to kill these guys? I guess I'm just going to do it, probably keep things cleaner. And so the next day, I'm at Wendy's with my dad. We would always have lunch together. I'd, you know, basically spend time with him on the weekends because it was kind of a holdover because my parents were divorced. So like we just kind of did that even whenever I got older too. And anyway, so and we still do, to be honest. I still see him a couple of times a week, and we have dinner together, same as we always have. Anyway, so I'm telling him, I'm like, yeah, so I did the stream, and I'm telling him, like, yeah, Dad, so we went over, right? And we did ICC. You know that place that I got that really cool mount? And my dad's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay. And then so we did Oldawar. Remember Oldawar? Whenever I got that other really cool mount. Oh, actually, I didn't have that one by then. Yeah, I didn't have Nimrod's head by then. And my dad's just, you know, he's just eating his salad, basically. And I'm like, oh yeah, also, Dad, I made $150. And my dad stops eating his salad. He says, what? I say, yeah, Dad, I made 150 bucks. My dad's like, from what? I said, people donated to me. And my dad said, for what? and I told him, like, they give you money. He's like, well, what were you selling them? And I'm like, I wasn't selling shit. He's like, well, then why the fuck were they giving you money? I'm like, Dad, I don't know, but they gave me $150, Dad. So then he pauses, and he's sitting there thinking to himself, there it fucking is, boys. There it fucking is, boys. We just got it. All right. Just got my sword. So then I go back and I tell him, like, yeah. So they gave me, I just got the last item out of here too. It's fuck yeah. So my dad pauses and he thinks for a minute. He's like, so, you gonna do that again tonight, huh? You gonna do that? You gonna stream again tonight? And I'm like, yeah, maybe. He's like, that's a good idea. He's like, yeah, that's a good idea. You should do that again. And cause like at this time I was making off of YouTube like maybe like 30 bucks a day or something, like maybe 30, 40 bucks a day, which like really was my goal for YouTube whenever I first started. Was the only thing I wanted to do with YouTube was make enough money to not have to have a job while I was in college. Like that was my only goal with YouTube. Like I didn't care about becoming like super popular. Like obviously I thought that I was better than everybody else because I was, but it wasn't really, that wasn't really the goal. The goal was just to make enough money to not have to, what do you call it, like have a job. Didn't you go to college? Well, yeah, I mean, I did. And so I went to college for, and this is whenever I went to business school. I went and I was like trying to get like an advanced degree in computer information systems. And, you know, it's like business school is pretty fucking easy, but it's certainly not as easy as just doing like your more core classes and stuff. And so I was going to get an advanced degree at business school. And sounds like a bullshit course. No, I don't think it was. I actually really liked the coursework, and I didn't like having to do like, I remember they made me take like an intro to marketing class, and it was in like one of those big auditoriums where like everybody is there. God, what a terrible class that was. I hated that class. I remember I was one of the only, like there was like 300 people in a class and only 7 people got an A on it too. Cause like the test was just like, the tests were just like really easy, but they would use like really sneaky words and like, it's like, do you remember, like, I feel like a lot of the, for like curriculum in business school, a lot of the curriculum in business school is like reverse engineered from things that are useful. So you're not learning things that are useful in the business school. Most of the time what you're learning is things that are derived from being useful. So it's like if you're getting a degree in business, like learning what these like arbitrary definitions of things are doesn't really help you sell a product. It doesn't really help you develop a product. It doesn't help you make a sales pitch. It doesn't help you, you know, like make a business plan. It doesn't help you do anything. It's basically just mindless busy work because they're finding a way to make it fit into what college curriculum is supposed to be. Okay, yeah, we're good for this. Anyway, the point is, I think business school is primarily a waste of time, and it was a waste of my time. I learned more about business in World of Warcraft in one expansion than I did in 4 years of business school. So, you know, take that as you will. As a business graduate, I agree. Yeah, like I have a degree in business administration, and it was just gender study. I feel like a gender studies degree would be more useful. The only reason why a gender studies degree is not more useful is because you learn about, I feel like the one thing that you learn in business school that's useful is accounting. And also, like, the good thing is, like, once you get into, like, upperclassmen classes, like, sometimes you'll have a good teacher who's actually in business and not just a teacher. And they'll be able to kind of give you an idea of what to expect in life, you know? And I did have a couple of actually good teachers that really knew what they were doing and were really smart. But it wasn't really the curriculum that I learned from, it was the teacher. Basic accounting should be taught in high school. I agree. I think Algebra 2 should be replaced with basic accounting. And to be honest with you, I think Algebra 1 should be interchangeable with statistics. I think they should do, like, in like my school, you took like one semester of government and the other of economics. I think if you did one semester of algebra and another of statistics, I think that'd be more healthy for, or more useful for students. But anyway, yeah, algebra for statistics and accounting, don't you? Yeah, you do need to know basic algebra. And basic algebra is also, like algebra, like math in general is just a manifestation of logic in a lot of ways. So like mathematics are logic, and logic is useful for any sort of numerical accounting, and it's even useful in terms of like ordering your thoughts. But yeah, I do think a lot of what you learn in Algebra 1, especially the basic stuff, is really useful. Anyway, I'm not going to get too far into that. So where was I even going with this? Right. Okay, so I had just wanted to make enough money to just stream, or not stream, to just go to school and not have to worry at all about having a job. And I remember this was my, I guess it was my last year of being a junior in college. Like, I was older because I had taken years off and taken semesters off, or, you know, it was like a raid tier I wanted to do, or I just didn't really want to go to school that semester because I just wanted to stay home and jerk off. I'd have to explain this to my dad. He was never really a favor, you know, a fan of whenever I would take a semester off, but I would do it pretty regularly. And so I did this. What was your GPA? My GPA in business school was unironically before I transferred, it was a 3.3 or 3.4. And then all of my upperclassmen business classes, except for accounting 2, I got an A in. Accounting 2 was I have a cousin that's an accountant, so you know, I'm covered, so that's about it. Did you ever get into drugs or alcohol? Absolutely not, never. I could never afford it, so I never did it. Intermediate accounting. It was like business accounting. Something like that. I forgot what the term was. First year in engineering dragged down my overall GPA after I switched to business. Yeah, I bet it fucking did. Engineering's actually... You actually have to learn things in engineering. I have friends who are engineers. So, they went to UT Engineering. And their experience was a little bit different than mine. Was college lonely for you? What kind of engineers? Mechanical engineering, and I have another friend, Paul. I don't know what engineering he does, actually. I have no idea. I haven't talked to Paul probably in 3 or 4 years now. Did you fit in college? Yeah, of course. Yeah, why would I not fit in? I had plenty of friends in college and everything was fine. I have to do heroic and mythic. Okay, let's do it. At least you can do your own taxes. The thing is with accounting is that it's kind of like law in a way. It's like if you know a lot about accounting, you know that you probably don't want to do your own taxes. If you can have a CPA do them for you, especially if you have like complicated taxes the way I do now. Because like I have like multiple streams of revenue. I have people that I pay individually. I have investments. I have real estate. And I also have like stock and like ownership in companies too, privately. So it's a lot to do, and I pay somebody else to do it. Would you invest in crypto? No. I'd like to invest in crypto as kind of like, as like playing a game. You know what I mean? Like you're playing a game, and it's like you just put in a certain amount of money and you just are completely okay. It's like, if I lose this money, it is what it is. And it could be fun just to goof around with it. But is it something I would take seriously? No, not really. Crypto is like gambling in the casino? I'd say it's not really like gambling. It's more like playing blackjack, right? It's like you'll make money if you're really, really good at counting cards, but it's still kind of a crapshoot. Blackjack isn't gambling. Blackjack is not fundamentally gambling to the same degree that slots is. I'm not saying that blackjack isn't gambling at all, but it's certainly not gambling to the same degree that slots is gambling. No, I would say it's not. Oh, I used to have that one. Forgot to put on my Heart of Azeroth. Slots are a legit scam. Yeah, I don't know why people would play slots. I say that, and I watch Train play slots every night. Like, I do. I watch him play pretty much every night. And it's like he's my friend, right? So like that's a big reason. But it's always really funny for me to listen to Train and Greek play, especially whenever Greek is there, because it just gives me the vibe of whenever Mom took everybody to Chuck E. Cheese, and Greek is like the little brother that wants you to give him some of your tickets. He's like, can you juice me, bro? Can you please juice me, man? Can you please juice me? And like sometimes they'll have other people that will do it too. It's so fucking funny, man. It actually is the thing is, like, I'm not a fan of gambling at all. I don't like gambling, but it's a really comfy vibe. I'll have to say it is. So I think I have to use the Blade Storm to get out of this cast. Yeah, there we go. I hate gambling, but I love watching other people gamble. Yeah. Legion Dungeons was Pog. Yeah, they were really good. But yeah, that's why I don't really spend a lot of time investing in crypto or anything like that. I know there's people that have made a lot of money off of it, like for sure. But I think there's also a degree of survivorship bias where you don't hear about all the people. You hear about the one guy that made $1 million, but you don't hear about the 1,000 guys that lost $1,000. Honestly, do you need to invest in crypto? I mean, no, I don't need to. I mean, to be honest, I lost a ton of money. Like, I got my investment report today, and I lost tens of thousands of dollars this month on my investments. So that was not... I lost over $50,000. Kind of sucks. But, you know, it is what it is. You win some, you lose some. It doesn't matter, who cares? Have you done the Mage Tower yet? No, I haven't. I need to. They realize losses? I'm gonna have to look more detailed. I mean, I'm up for the whole year. It's just that this month definitely definitely brought that upness a little bit farther down. Then you're up. Yeah, that's the way I look at it. Sorry, that must feel like shit. No, it doesn't feel like shit at all. The thing is, like, anybody who, if you can't handle that kind of up and down, you shouldn't invest your money, because that's just what's going to happen. Like, there's a natural ebb and flow of the stock market that just happens all the time, and like, I could make it back next month and more, or not. Maybe not. Time in the market beats timing the market. Yeah, I'm not that upset about it. What the fuck is this? I'm gonna have a doubling down investments that fall in value because I see it as a bargain on the sale on the stock. The way I always look at all that stuff is the more you know, the better of a decision that you can make. So basically, like, the more you can know about something, the more you can make a decision that will be informed about what will happen in the future. I'm gonna play it subconsciously after playing it for so long, since you and I would chat so seamlessly. Yeah, I think this is definitely a great stream game for me because I can just play the game without really thinking about it. Wish I dumped everything into Croc shares with COVID recession, or just percentage recovery. Yeah, I would probably spend more time investing in stocks, but the thing is with me is like right now I look at OTK as a stock. I look at my stream as a stock too. So it's like I am investing in stocks, it's just not the same ones. Would you make OTK public? I have no idea. There's a lot. I don't even know anything about that. That's like something that we would have a huge meeting about. I don't know. Yeah, we just sell it to Shroud and then we don't have to worry about it. .2 spoiler video on Wowhead. Yeah, I saw it. Shroud takeover. Yeah, there you go. Do you invest in Tesla? I probably should. I believe in Tesla. I think it's a good idea. Give me the fucking polearm. Cock ass! But yeah, anyway, what was I saying before? Oh yeah. So like this is how I got off on this tangent. I was like just thinking about it. So like I did my second stream, and I remember this was whenever I was where was I here? I had just hit, I think, 10 or 20,000 subscribers on YouTube. And people would always ask me, they're like, when are you going to do another stream? When are you going to do another stream? And I'm like, bruh, you know what I mean? Like, that's about all I said. And I'm like, yeah, it's probably not going to happen anytime soon because I'm lazy and I don't want to have to do anything. So, then I went and I did a second stream. And that second stream, I got up to... I remember I got 1,000 viewers on that second stream. It was me and Mick. Like Zach, the same guy that's like I host him all the time, and like he's a longtime friend of mine. Like we grew up together, and he and I were just like goofing around. I remember there was like one part of the stream where I soloed Heroic Nefarian, and I went downstairs and I got a piece of cake and I ate the cake while I was playing We Are the Champions and wearing a Burger King crown in front of Nefarian's dead corpse. So that's about where the streams were back then. Just the good old boys having fun. Why are you okay with damage meters in WoW but not Final Fantasy? Because WoW has a lot more areas where somebody can excel. Whereas I feel like Final Fantasy is a lot more on rails in terms of the way that classes play, the way that characters play, the way that you can customize your character. So like damage is less like obviously there's good players and bad players, like yeah, of course, but it's not, in my opinion, the same thing as like in WoW. And also in WoW, there's a huge culture of ignoring mechanics and, you know, you could say standing in the fire and DPSing higher. I don't know who started that, but it's pretty fucking annoying. And like Final Fantasy players have that issue too, of course, but like it's much more prevalent in WoW. It's like you can't really say it's the same in Final Fantasy versus in WoW. It's way worse in WoW. I like that it rhymes. You know, like Austin's girlfriend actually came up with that phrase. It wasn't even my idea. It wasn't even my phrase. It was Austin's girlfriend. Who? Tara. WoW has much worse visual clarity. Yeah, I mean, WoW has a lot of problems. For sure. Austin's girlfriend is always gay. Different Austin. No, it's stream. Everybody says WoW has a lot of problems. Yeah, I mean, it's the game is. It is what it is, man. That's about it. Hopefully I'm gonna be able to kill him before he does the next one. Let's see what happens. Got his bitch ass. Alright, what do I need? Talons. Oh, I'll be here tomorrow. Yeah, the game feel of WoW is definitely really good. I mean, there's a lot of good things about WoW. It's like, it's not like Final Fantasy is good, better at everything, and WoW is worse at everything. Like, WoW is good at some things, and Final Fantasy is good at other things. Oh, I went the wrong way. Combat's better in Lost Ark, in my opinion. It's kind of hard to compare because like one's isometric and one's not. I feel like isometric gameplay is really kind of unique. What was your main game before WoW? Halo 2. Or Halo 3, actually, I guess at that time. Halo 2 and Halo 3. Nope. Alright. You have Katana on Halo 3? It sounds weird, but I never really cared about cosmetics. Yeah, I never gave a fuck about them. I remember, I think Jeff got the, I think they called it like the Hayabasa armor set. Maybe Cameron got it on my account. I could maybe check and see. I'll have to see. Did you play Reach? Jeff had Reach, and we played Reach over at Jeff's house. At that point, I was like already really into WoW, and so I didn't have it. Marathon was big too. Yeah, it was like 90. That was like the late 90s, early 2000s. I think I had like the first game, or like one of the Marathon games, but that was it. Maybe not. It was so long ago, I don't really remember. I should probably do this quest eventually. What level are you in Halo? In Halo 2, I got up to 44 or 45. I mean, I had like high 30s in like a bunch of different maps, or a bunch of different like modes, like in like, what was it called? Rumble? What was it? Fucking like the every man for himself one. Team Slayer. Yeah, Team Slayer was what I had a 44 or 45 in. Rumble Pit. Yeah, there you go. Rumble Pit. And also solos, I was like 39 or 40 in solos. And let me think. In Halo 3, I was like really, really good in Halo 3. Because like Halo 2, I was too young to really like be super good at the game and take it super seriously. But like by the time Halo 3 came out, I was already a lot older, and I kind of understood the game a lot more, and I was just a lot smarter and better at the game. In Halo 2, around 40, I'd spend hours waiting for host box and then solo queue. Hope your team had the cheater, not the other team. Bro, do you remember, like, I actually lost rank because of that. So, like, yeah, you're right. In, like, high Halo, like, by the time it was, like, 2006, because, like, in 2004, people weren't really cheating that much. In 2005, like, you know, like, late 2005, you started seeing, like, more cheating. And you would get this blue screen. So you would queue into a high-level game, you would get a blue screen, and you would hear your character dying, but you wouldn't know what was happening. And then for like just a second, you would get a chance to actually see the game, and you would see it was like 1 to 23. It's like, okay. Okay. Just fuck my shit up, fam. I wish I was old enough to know what BXR was. We did BXR, BXB, like, yeah, we learned all of those. Me and Jeff and Cameron practiced them like crazy. Anyone could easily do it if they had host. Yeah. So it's like, eventually, like, you'd sometimes play with a cheater on your team, but most of the time, that wouldn't happen. And you just have to deal with it. I feel like I played against cheaters way more than I played with cheaters, which kind of sucked. Because you'd hope that, like, kind of it would balance out. Swords and shotties on lockout. Yep. Lockout, I think, was my favorite map. I don't really want to do Toldagor again. Ooh, I'm gonna go do Underrot. I'm gonna do a few more of these, and I'll probably do a group. Higher levels, we do something called bringing host, bridging host to force our team to get hosts, so no cheaters. See, like, we didn't know any of that shit. We just got fucked over. So eventually, that's like kind of why I quit. And then I also would feel like I'd queue in and I'd play with people that weren't as good as me, and I'd lose rank because of them, and it would make me mad. You ever seen Red vs. Blue? I mean, I think any Halo fan's seen Red vs. Blue. Do you want to name the sniper nest? Blast that hell back to yourself? Well, like, yeah, because it had like those crates, remember? Because like at the beginning of the match, you had like those 2 crates that you could throw the grenade into, and the crates would do extra damage, so you could actually kill somebody with a proximity grenade because of the extra damage from those boxes. Well, I remember it quite well. It's messed up right now. Melee's garbage and grenades are really OP. I remember melees in Halo were always pretty strong. They would always do like 60% of your energy bar. Something like that. I don't know. I'd have to really think about it. 100% yet. I'm actually pretty close. One hits to kill, one hit from behind. Yeah, you can, like, that's an assassination if you melee somebody from behind. No pros for around flux. No, like, I feel like the only two people I really remember from the Halo 2 days were like the Ogre twins. And like that's the only people I really can remember hardly at all. And other than that, I mean, it's all kind of a blur. Kragmaw the Infested. Oh, I'm gonna get this 100%. Ogre 1 and go hit Ogre 2. Yeah, I remember reading like an article about them whenever I was like playing Halo 2 a lot, and it was like really cool because it was like, oh, they're brothers and they're fucking really good at Halo. They both hit rank 50 in team duos. It was fucking cool, dude. It was so badass. Remember when Bungie was cool? Yeah, I mean, Bungie was like the Bungie was like Blizzard, right? Like Bungie and Blizzard were both just like known as just like being synonymous with quality. Like any product that like Blizzard or Bungie would come out with, everybody would just be like, fuck yeah, this is the best ever. Didn't age well. I think that like, I don't know how well Destiny is doing. I have no idea. It's really hard to develop a consistent online game and like not have people turn to hating it at some point and to like stay on message the whole time. There's very few games that really are always doing it right. I'm curious to see like what their next IP will be. And also like Bungie, a lot of the like base design in their games, like if you go back and you look at Halo and you look at Marathon, which is the game that they made before Halo, a lot of what Halo had is like, you can clearly see that Halo was to some degree inspired by Marathon. So it's kind of, I'm curious to see if they'll go with like another fantasy shooter game or they'll do something different. Marathon was Doom for Max, wasn't it? Marathon was like... Oh shit, you know what, I'm gonna see if I can just skip that. Marathon was just another shooter game. It came out in like 99 or something like that. Marathon 2 was 99. I don't know. It was, as I said, it was an extremely long time ago. Marathon was a Apple and Mac only FPS. Yeah, I guess maybe I didn't have it. It was just such a long time ago, I don't even remember. I didn't have Doom either. I always wanted Doom, but my mom didn't want to get it for me. This boss seems like a real pain in the ass. I thought I'd die way faster. Too much of a pussy to play Doom as a kid. I remember the game was a little bit scary to me. Like, I had a few friends that had it, but my mom was like, she was always very religious, so she didn't want me to play any games that were, that had like satanic, anything that was related to like Satan or anything similar. Nope, I didn't get it. Okay, I'll do, oh, there's a lot more I can get on normal mode. I'm just gonna run this on normal 3 or 4 times. Fuck, okay. Yeah, it's easy. Did you stop you from reading Harry Potter? I don't remember. I don't think so, because I remember seeing it in movie theaters. Well, I thought D&D was satanic. Yeah. Found down my mother's did this, grow up to realize they were right. World is full of satanic trash. No, it was stupid. There were a lot of like late 90s, like early 2000s satanic panic stuff. I think it was stupid then, and I still think it was stupid. Satanism is very much alive, more so than ever. I mean, it's just there's no reason even talking about that. Yeah, it's just there's no reason, because the thing is, like, Satanism is not, it's not even like worshiping Lucifer in a lot of ways. Like, if you look at like Anton LaVey Satanism, like a lot of it is not even based around worshiping Lucifer. More so, it's more about worshiping almost like yourself. Okay. That's right. Yeah, I know what's going on, man. Unbound. Ah, fuck, I gotta do the last boss. I always love whenever I only have to kill like the first or second boss. It makes it way easier. So it's based on promoting narcissism? No. It's a bit more nuanced than that. What about ego? Monks meditate to let go of their ego. I don't know. I think like really talking about like the whole Satanism stuff is kind of, and like just a discussion around it in general, I feel like is almost bait for people to just come to really kind of weird conclusions and think weird things. Thank you, appreciate that. Fuck. Alright, hopefully I get an item here. Fuck. Please don't aggro. Thank God. Okay, hopefully I get the axe and or the shield. Here we go. I used to hate doing this dungeon. And it looks like I still will. That sucked. Yeah, I need to do, actually, I see they're like coming out with a lot of these new patches for like 9.2. I need to start doing Mythic Plus, man, and just getting my 15 mount. And more so, I need to actually start working on Arena, because I need to get up to 2.4K and then queue with people. This week is push week. Why? No. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, probably it is. $20s are free as Fury. I don't know, maybe I could run a few of them. Just get it out of the way. Because I have to run them on Fortified and on Tyrannical, right? See, the thing is, like, I know that people say 20s are free, but like, I don't really want to have to... I don't know, like, why would I want to do 20s whenever I could just do 15s? And maybe the 20s will be easier next time. No, I got none of the items I wanted. Let's do it again. Maybe I'll do 20s whenever I get better gear. Because my gear isn't very good right now. I'm 243. I have Heart of Azeroth on since I'm doing a BFA dungeon. I'll do maybe 2 more of these. I don't want to do the other ones. Saying 20s are free is some kind of weird flexing. Well, I think it's easy to say that like 20s are a lot easier than they were at the beginning of the expansion, I'm sure. What's Heart for? Do for me in dungeons? It just gives me more damage. Heart of Azeroth is the best necklace you can use in legacy content because it has percentage scaling modifiers. $20s was easier with Prideful? Maybe, but you didn't have the achievement then, so there was no reason to do it. It would be really cool to do the, what do you call it? To do the Tormented Hero stuff, but I just feel like running Mythic Plus in general is kind of, it's kind of boring to me. I don't really know how else I can say it other than that. It's just kind of boring. Do you feel like you're 30? Only whenever I talk to people who are younger than me. It's so competitive. I'm sure it is, and that's a good thing. I don't really feel old at all, truthfully. I always feel quite, you know, quite good, and there's not really a problem at all. I'm lucky, I guess, in that way. Because I have a lot of friends that, you know, obviously a lot of my friends are around my age, and they've had a lot of like health problems, and not really health problems, but just like hang-ups. It's like, oh, well, now I'm getting X or Y thing, and like I haven't really ever had anything like that at all. So hopefully it stays that way for as long as possible. Balding. Yeah, I guess, yeah, I have balding, but that's been happening for years now. Okay, here we go. Give me the axe. Alright, I got the shield. 1 of 4. Nice. It's due to your healthy lifestyle. Yeah, it's actually true. Gives 90% to spamming 1 or 2 keys. With this content, yeah, it pretty much is. Obviously, harder content's not the same. One second. And also, I think the stress level is lower than your friends. I think that, like, for me, there are a lot of times where I am, like, really, really stressed out. And, like, streaming can be extremely stressful. I know it might not really seem that way, but streaming can be like really, really, really stressful, and that's why you see so many streamers have like mental health problems and just burnout in general, mentally, not physically. Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, streaming isn't as physically demanding as like working construction. No, of course it's not. Vendor all my stuff here. Yeah, I mean, there's negatives. It's like with every job, there's going to be negatives, or anything you do, there's going to be negatives. The thing is also, the stress comes from financial stability. Well, yeah, that's the thing, is like, you have financial stability, like streaming, like you're always on like a razor's edge. You never know, like whenever you could get banned or something like crazy would happen, and I don't know. There's a lot of shitty things that could happen to you as a streamer, and some of them aren't even really your fault. They just kind of happen. So it's like, is streaming stressful? I mean, it can be. I think it's more stressful for some people than others, for sure. There's a huge scale for it. SUC talking about death threats. He gets crazy people. It's insane. Yeah, and that's like another thing. It's like, it's kind of a unique thing to streaming. Like, you usually don't have like stalkers and people like that as like an intrinsic part of, like, as an intrinsic outcome of your job. Like, there are people that get stalkers in every job, but it's not something that's intrinsic to that job. It's something that's has to do with them personally. Need to be a cop. That's a stressful job. Yeah, I wouldn't. That's not an upgrade, guys. Don't pog. No pogs for that one. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be a cop either. I thought about being a policeman for a little while whenever I was a lot younger, but I didn't like the fact that you had to wake up early. I didn't want to have to do it. That's every job? Yeah, that's why I don't have a job. Don't pog. I already had it. It's just a shared appearance. This is the only the last boss is the only ones I need items from. No needs left from construction work I did for 5 years. That really sucks, man. But yeah, it's like there's any job, like any job that you have to work for yourself, is like ripe for developing a lot of stress-related problems. I wouldn't really say necessarily mental disorders, but like stress-related problems, like not being able to like have a good work-life balance, not being able to, you know, like kind of take a break mentally from work. Like one good thing is like whenever I'd work at the IRS, as soon as you got done with work, you're done with work. It's not like you had to think about it. There was no, it's like, am I going to have a job next year? I mean, like there are a lot of people that worry about that for sure, but like at least working at the government, you didn't really have to worry about that as much. It was like, just do your job, perform well, show up, and do what you need to do, and things are going to be pretty much okay. Whereas like with streaming, the outcomes are a lot more unpredictable. And, you know, for me, that can be really stressful too. I'm, you know, like, you got to think, like, I live in the same house, I go to the same places. Like, I'm very much a creature of habit. And so I don't like any unpredictability in my life. Vet tax suicide rate for veterinary industry is insane. I knew that it was very high for like psychiatry, but I didn't know about that for veterinarians. Difference, everyone stopped watching, and now it wouldn't matter. Or if I lost my job, my kid might not have food in a month. Yeah, but like the thing is, like the streamers that are in the position that I'm in, you can count on probably just both hands. Nice. 2 more. Like there's not really that many streamers who are in a position like that, so I wouldn't really use that as a metric. How's economical safety in the US? It's about as good as maternity leave. Okay then, yep. Star Wars streamers have a stable job as well as streaming if you're going down that road. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, like streaming is like one of those things where there are some streamers that make it seem like it's super hard, and some viewers that think that it's just turning on a camera and playing a video game. I think both of those are kind of not true. I think also it depends on the kind of stream that you do, how successful you are. As a girl, I think that it's more difficult to become, or to deal with popularity, because you have like more stalkers and like more like secondary problems. It might be easier to get like donators at the beginning if you're like a pretty girl, but it's also a lot easier to get stalkers too. So it's like, you know, do you want to have a little bit more donator? Yeah, easy early game, hard late game. Yeah, there you go. Depends on how much the stalkers donate. Sounds like somebody who's never been stalked before. I bet it would really suck, man. Like it might sound like, oh, I deal with it for a certain amount of money, but like whenever you have like your parents are getting phone calls and people show up at your house, like I can guarantee you'd probably have a different perspective on it. No pogs. I already had it. Just that's scary. That sounds awful. Yeah, it's like a lot of people have had really bad experiences. Most people don't. Like it's not a, like, I want to say also, like, it's not a norm that like people have crazy experiences like that, but it happens enough to where it like freaks people out to think about. Does Zackrawrr ever go in public, I wonder? Most people in public, the thing is, like, most stalkers do it, like, subversively. It's not like they're gonna come up directly to you at, like, Walmart and try to talk to you. They're gonna, like, leave notes in your mailbox and stuff like that. That's much more, like, stalker behavior than just the direct confrontation. You take any health supplements? No, I used to take muscle relaxers, but I've been too lazy to get the doctor to give me more. So I just stopped taking them. You're supposed to have really bad side effects and like withdrawal symptoms or something like that. It's whatever. Yeah, I haven't even noticed. It's cyclobenzatrine. I have really like my neck and like my neck and like will get really tight and it'll give me headaches. And they said it's like stress. You didn't take enough, double it? Bro. To me, I try to take the lightest amount of any medicine possible in order to solve the problem. The only exception really would be if like it's like antibiotics or something like that. But other than that, the smallest amount that I can get by on, that's what I do. Like I think it was like 10 milligrams, and I would cut the pills in half, which was the smallest dosage. I do not like to take drugs or have anything foreign in my body outside of soda. But that's it. There it is. All right. Let me go and dude, I've only got one more item now. I'm actually farming, dude. Soda is way worse. Soda is bad, but I think it's also a degree of like pick your poison. Like I don't smoke, I don't drink. There are a lot of unhealthy things that I refrain from doing. And the one indulgence that I do have is that I drink a lot of soda. Which doesn't necessarily mean, I do want to say, like, it doesn't mean that it's okay for me to do it or it's good to do it. But that's just kind of how I justify it, I guess, to myself. Super bad on your teeth? Yeah, that's not really a problem that much anymore. It sure was. Might as well smoke. I don't smoke, and I would never date somebody who smoked. Especially after what happened with my mom. Smoking cigarettes. Smoking pot is fine to me. I don't care about that. Doesn't matter. But smoking cigarettes, no. I like, there are very few things that I would be like super, like I'm generally the kind of guy, it's like, you know, I let people do what they're gonna do. And it's like for my kids, like if my kids wanted to do a lot of different stuff, I'd be like, okay, go for it. Do this, do that, it's fine. But the one thing that I would really, really, really be like, yo, fucking do not do this, is smoking. Would you date a girl with tooth blood on her wall? How big are her boobs? What's her bra size? Yeah, because like if we want to deal with hypotheticals, we can deal with that. Okay, what else do I need to do? I did this. I've done a lot of these runs. I'll do one more. Any tips for trying to get a loved one to quit? Don't ask me, it didn't work. Mythic. Okay, so I just need these. That sucks. I mean, it does. But it is what it is. Person needs to quit on their own. I mean, it's really hard to make somebody, it's really, really hard to make someone do something. That's the truth. This is only one boss too, it makes it super easy. I might instance cap out though. Everyone makes their own choices, don't hold shit against people. Oh, I absolutely will. If your choices make my life worse, then I'm going to be mad at you for making them. Glad you quit that weeb game. Yeah, for sure, man. True. George Burns smoked all his life and lived to 100. Yep. Yeah, and other people smoked all their life and died at 40 to lung cancer. There's no real reason to compare 20. I mean, 20 is quite young, but like, I think it's a very like, it's a very low IQ thing to say that, oh well, there are some people who are, you know, they smoke a lot. It's the same with me, right? Like, look at me. I'm 31 years old. I get up after the sun goes down. I have a diet of soda, Cheetos, cookies, Reese's peanut butter cups, and fast food. And I'm 130 pounds with, you know, I never run out of energy. Like, I don't get tired, I don't get, I don't feel old, I don't have any, like physical problems, really. I am an exception as well. Do manual labor for a week? I mean, I feel like that'd fuck anybody up who doesn't do manual labor all the time. It's not really anything special to like my lifestyle. I mean, I feel like people that do manual labor and even are in a position to do it more, it even fucks them up. You know, like that guy earlier was saying, he was like, you know, was in construction for 5 years and he like can't even bend down anymore. $130, frail as fuck. I'd rather be frail than fat. Damn, I'm not getting any of these. Game doesn't have sound effects? Oh, it does. I haven't turned off because they're annoying. I'm 50 kilogram IRL undead, just skin and bones. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, I am probably, like, in general, like, more healthy than I was maybe 5 years ago, I would say. But that's not really saying a whole lot. You really have 90% of things? You go for walks? Yeah, me and Zach and Cody actually walked down to the store. It's like a mile and a half. Maybe 2 miles. I don't know. Zach and Zach. Yeah, Zach and Cody. I mean, it just depends on my sleep schedule. Yeah, it's like if I have sleep, I feel good all the time. If I don't get time to rest and sleep, I feel incredibly terrible. Like there it is. We got one of them. Yeah, I feel so horrible, man. Do you have trouble sleeping? Yeah, I do. I have really bad trouble sleeping. I have trouble waking up. I have trouble going to bed. I have trouble staying asleep. Everything about sleeping is bad for me. It's one of the reasons why I don't like traveling. It's because it fucks with my sleep. Like if it wasn't for that, I would travel regularly. I wouldn't even really care. Like I see like everybody's going out to LA regularly now. It's like fuck. I would go out there, but you know, it's just very physically uncomfortable for me to do that. Okay, new instances in 8 minutes. I'm not gonna wait for 8 minutes. Okay, what else do I need to farm? Lavender oil helps a lot with sleep. You need to get tired before going to sleep? Yeah, I have to be completely exhausted before I go to sleep. What else are you gonna do in LA? I don't know, hang out with people. Talk to Shroud about buying the company. I don't know. That's probably about it, actually. Okay. What do I want to do now? Let's do a raid. I probably should just do some of these and just get them out of the way and not have to think about them. And that way I can just do them because like if I'm not going to do them now, when am I going to do them? You know what I mean? Is you being LA related to Cutie's award show? I have no idea, man. Like, I'm kind of like, if something isn't on the top of LSF, I'm probably not clued into it right now. Okay. You need 2K rating for the mount, not 15s in 1 week. Yeah, I understand how it works, but thank you. Let me try and loot that. I need to get this eventually. I need to kill this. This is just going to be such a pain in the ass. I don't want to do those right now. It's going to take forever. Talistra the Vile and Mistress Elendria. No, and no. Okay, I need to actually do that one. And that one. Okay, I'll do both of those. And then maybe after that I can go and do the Mythic Plus. Just get some of these out of the way. Spine Claw Crab took me over 6,000 kills. That's a lot. We discover love for traveling one day. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to go to Europe and see all the places in history. I'd love to go to like Rome. There's a lot of places. I'd actually really like to go to some of the places in the Middle East and see just all kinds of different like structures there and everything like that. Come to Mecca? Isn't it like only Muslims are allowed to come to Mecca? Or is that somewhere else? Why sell it 2K? It was a joke. Okay. Let's do that one there. Only Muslims in Mecca, but we make exceptions for gladiator warriors. Honestly, probably back in the old days, I would not be surprised if there was not something similar to that. But, I mean, what the fuck do I know? I don't really know a lot of the, like, any, like, history of Islam at all, really. There's lore. Yeah, the lore of it. Go to Brazil. I'd be down to go to Brazil. I showed some minutes, right? You want a lot? Yeah, I mean, I had thought about reading the Quran because, like, I had always been, like, really critical of Islam for, like, the way that, you know, I see like some countries that are Islamic, they treat like women, or they look at science and things like that. And obviously I'm like, well, you know, this is because of the Quran. And I think to myself, it's like, do I really know that or not? You know what I mean? Because like there's things that you read on like on the news and it just turns out that they're not truth. It's just bullshit